G'day team, Jeremy Britton, 24-hour wealth coach, and obviously wealth is to do with money. There's plenty of people out there with a lot of money who say they'd give it all away to get their health back. Health is vitally important because without your health you don't actually have any wealth at all. Now, one of the things you'll notice about me is I don't wear a white coat. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just a guy who likes to keep things very, very simple, and I'm also a guy who likes to study things, find out what makes them work, including people. And with anybody who's on medication, I don't tell them to get off their medication, but I simply work with them to say, okay, if we increase your health, maybe you get to the state where you don't actually need to take the medication anymore. I was once prescribed antidepressants. I challenge you now, if you're on antidepressants, hang out with me for a week and see if you actually decide that you still need your pills after you spent a week with me. I had a client the other day who was on medication for high blood pressure. And again, not suggesting that he actually ceased taking his blood pressure medication, but what if we could get him to the stage where he simply didn't need to take the medication anymore? Now again, I'm not a doctor, and I don't understand a lot of things, but I actually said to the client, have you ever cooked soup? And he said, yes, I've cooked soup. I said, well, what's the difference between onion soup and pumpkin soup? He said, well, similar colour, but onion soup is a lot thinner and pumpkin soup is a lot thicker. Fine. I said, if we were pumping pumpkin soup around your veins and arteries, we'd need to use a lot more pressure than if we were pumping onion soup around your veins and arteries, simply because soup is a lot thicker. He said, yes, that's right. I said, how much water do you drink? And he said, oh, maybe 1 litre a day. I said, how much water does a doctor tell you to drink? He said, 2 litres a day. I said, well, I drink about 4 or 5 litres of water a day, and I've got my dad who's in his 70s, I've got him drinking 4 litres of water a day as well. Now, there's also some of the doctors in the medical fraternity who'll tell you not to have salt because salt gives you high blood pressure. Well, my theory is, what if it doesn't? What if it's not the salt that causes the high blood pressure? What if high blood pressure actually just goes hand in hand with salt? Because imagine again, if we boiled that onion soup down, if we took away a lot of the fluid out of the onion soup, a lot of the water, then you'd be left with something that's very, very salty. If we take all the water out of your blood, obviously your body is 3/4 salt water, you're going to end up with a body with a bloodstream that is very high in salt. So it's not the salt that's causing the high blood pressure, it's the lack of water that's causing the blood pressure. The lack of water is actually causing you to be very salty. Get heaps of water, the salt disappears, and then you're actually getting into the state where you've got thinner blood, doesn't need as much pressure to pump it around, and you don't need so much effort, so much energy, so you'll feel better, your blood is thinner, you're less salty, and you'll be a lot more hydrated. Also helps out your skin, helps out your hair, helps out a few other things, and as far as I'm aware, there's no side effect from drinking 4 litres of water a day, apart from, well, the first week you'll need to go to the toilet a lot more, but after the first week your body adapts to it, and after 3 weeks you'll find you're a lot healthier. And if you then feel empowered to give away your medication, have a chat to your doctor about it, but know that it can be a possibility for you. You don't need to necessarily take drugs, you don't necessarily need to take antidepressants to alter your mood. You actually have the control. I talk to a lot of clients about increasing their health, increasing their wealth, having a holistic balance in life, and I'd love to chat to you about the same thing. Give me a call, get in contact, hook up on Facebook, watch the sunrises, and I'll talk to you soon on the beach, in the car, or at 24hourwealthcoach.com.